insanity of the people that have been in these positions of power that got it so wrong. And today, Ben Bernanke, the committee, the Senate committee, decides he's the guy. Jesse, what's that one audio that you played for me about where there was no problem with regard to housing or a subprime meltdown? This is the Fed chairman talking about this. What was it, back in 2005?
July of 2005, yeah, here it is.
There's a lot of talk about a housing bubble, particularly, from the Fed, from all sorts of different places. Can you give us your view as to whether or not there is a housing bubble out there?
Well, unquestionably, housing prices are up quite a bit. I think it's important to note that fundamentals are also very strong. We've got a growing economy, jobs, incomes. We've got very low mortgage rates. We've got demographics supporting housing growth. We've got restricted supply in some places. So it's certainly understandable that prices would go up some. I don't know whether prices are exactly where they should be, but I think it's fair to say that much of what's happened is supported by the strength of the economy.
Oh, don't have to worry about it. He was specifically asked by Maria Bartiromo on CNBC about the talk that was starting to take place in early 2005 that went through 2006. Are you concerned at all about the low cost of money, the printing of money, the availability of money, and have you any concern about a housing bubble? This been reconfirmed by a Senate committee, Bernanke, talking about, is there any possibility that there's a housing bubble frothing its way into the economy?
Tell me, what is the worst case scenario? So we have so many economists coming on our air and saying, oh, this is a bubble and it's going to burst and this is going to be a real issue for the economy. Some say it could even cause a recession at some point. What is the worst case scenario if, in fact, we were to see prices come down substantially across the country?
Well, I guess I don't buy your premise. It's a pretty unlikely possibility. We've never had a decline in house prices on a nationwide basis. So what I think is more likely is that house prices will slow, maybe stabilize, might slow consumption spending a bit. I don't think it's going to drive the economy too far from its full employment path, though.
Whoops. And the Senate committee today said he's the guy. He's the guy, uniquely qualified, just like the crook Tim Geithner, just like the crook Shifty Paulson. Now, did they all just get it wrong because they misread the financial tea leaves, or they are all in on it, and it's just a giant charade that's being played out, perpetrated on the taxpayer, and you wonder why I asked the question, what does the Second American Revolution look like? I asked you that question again today.
The Jerry Doyle Show.
800-876-4123 is the number. A former Treasury Secretary, a current Treasury Secretary getting it wrong, a former Fed governor, and a former Fed chair, now a current Fed chair getting it wrong, the Republican nominee getting it wrong, the Democrat nominee getting it wrong, the former president getting it wrong, and the current president getting it wrong. And what are we supposed to do? Don't worry. One day, they'll get it right. 800-876-4123.